Today we're going to make the Mandala shopping bag, and what you're going to need for this is some kind of cotton. Any kind of DK cotton is actually okay. This is Lincraft cotton. This is from Australia. This is Hobby DK, which is 8/6 rainbow cotton, so you could use that, or you could basically use any other cotton that you happen to have at home. And you need some scissors, a 3.5mm crochet hook, and a tapestry needle. Let's get started. Now, I don't know if you normally use stitch markers, but stitch markers are super important for this project. Otherwise, you won't be able to be accurate with the rounds. So I highly recommend you use any kind of stitch markers. Now, to find the written pattern for this Mandala shopping bag, just head over to www.crochetlovemelbourne.com and you'll find the free written pattern there. So round 1, you're going to do 6 chain, so chain 6 and then slip stitch to make a circle. So I've done 4, that's 5, 6, and then I'm going to put my hook into the first chain and pull the yarn through to make. So for round 1, you're going to work 12 single crochet into the ring. I like to cover this thread at the same time, so I'm going to start working that. I won't do them all with you. So 1, 2, and keep going until you've done 12, and then you're doing a slip stitch to join the ring. I'll see you at the end of the round. So you finished round 1 and done a slip stitch to join the ring. For round 2, you're going to work into the back loop of each stitch. This is a back loop like this. You're going to do 2 single crochet into each back loop. So after you've worked your way around, you're going to have 24 stitches. So let's start off doing 1, then 2 into the same stitch, into the next one, back loop, and 2 into that stitch. So keep working around, and this is how it should look. Working into the back loop, 1 and 2, and I will meet you at the end of round 2, and then you'll have 24 stitches. So at the end of round 2, you've got 24 stitches, and I've done another slip stitch to join the round. For round 3, you're going to work 1 single crochet into the back of each stitch. So that will again be 24 stitches. Very easy, just do 1 in each stitch into the back loop again. So we're getting this kind of a ridged design happening, and this makes the center look kind of like a mandala. I mean, I guess it is a mandala. So you're getting that effect with the back loop there, getting that definition. So continue around to finish round 3, and then again do a slip stitch, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. So now we've finished those single crochet around. You've got 24 stitches. Going into round 4. So to start off round 4, you chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm using US terms in this pattern. So when I say treble, I don't mean treble in UK terms. It's like double crochet and then treble in US terms. And it would be double treble, I think, in UK terms, but we're using US terms, so we're going to do a treble into the first single crochet. So a treble means over twice then into the stitch and pulling the yarn through, and then under through one, yarn again, through again. So 2 times is a treble, and finishing off, pulling through both. And then what we're going to be doing all the way around is chain 2, so 1, 2, and then we're working a treble and a chain 2 for every single stitch all the way around. So let's work those. So here, working a treble again. With the treble you go 1, 2, 3. With a double crochet you go 1, 2. That's how I remember anyway. And then chain 2, under, under, into the next stitch, pull it through, and then 1, 2, and 3 is a treble. Oops, that was a little bit messy. Pull that through again, and then chain 2. So you're going to get, it's going to look a little bit kinky like this. It's meant to look like that. So keep working all the way around, and I'll see you at the end, continuing chain 2 and treble all around for round 4. So at the end of round 4, make sure you count the stitches. It's really important for later on that you have a chain 6, 23 treble, and then you're going to have 24 spaces here. Now to join this row, you work into the 4th stitch of the initial chain 6, so you slip stitch into there to join the round. It is meant to look a little bit like a spinning top at this point. So you've joined that round, so you make sure you've counted the stitches. It's really important. Now work into the first stitch here, do a single crochet into this first stitch here where you're actually right above, and then you're going to do all the way around into each space. You're doing 2 single crochet into the space, 1 and 2, and then you're doing 1 single crochet into the treble. So you're basically making the edge of the circle like this. So 1, 2 in the space and 1 into the treble, and you continue in that manner until you are right around to the other end. Okay, so I'll do that one more time. Single crochet into, it's kind of like a wheel, it's kind of like the spokes of a wheel, isn't it? And then single crochet into the treble. So keep going like that until you each reach the end of round 5, and I'll meet you back there then. Right, so we've finished round 5. Don't panic if your circle's not really sitting flat at this point. It probably won't. It'll sort itself out later on, so don't worry about that. I know someone sent me a message one time saying, my circle's not sitting flat. Really doesn't matter. It's all good. So you should count your stitches here. It's very important. Please count how many stitches you've got. You should have 72. It's crucial that you have 72, so please check. And then at the end of this round, again, just a slip stitch in the first stitch to join and pulling that through. Now the next round is another easy one. So round 6 is just a single crochet into the back loop of every stitch. So you should count to 72 and work into the back loop, single crochet all the way around. And I'll meet you at the end of row 6 after you've done that. Round 7. So at the end of round 6, I did another slip stitch to join, and then we're going to again work back into the initial stitch with just a single crochet for round 7. Then you're going to repeat chain 4, and then you single crochet into the stitch that's above. This is like a wheel, so it's like the spoke of a wheel. So you're just going to repeat chain 4, single crochet into the spoke above the wheel all the way around. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you just have to look for the stitch above the spoke of the wheel, single crochet into that. So you're making a little round bit that looks like a little arch to go all the way around. So I will see you at the end of round 7, and then we're going to need a stitch marker, which is one thing I didn't mention at the start, but I highly recommend after this round that you have a stitch marker. See you at the end of this round. Remember, chain 4, single crochet into the little spoke. Here we are at the end of round 7. So you should have 24 little arches or loops of chain 4. Well, technically there's 23 and the first one is slightly different. So you should have 23 loops. Don't worry if it's not flat. Again, it will get flatter later. What you need to do now, so you can keep an eye on this for the next round, is you need to put a stitch, place a stitch marker in the first stitch here. And this will help you in the future. And also just make sure that you count and that you've got 24 loops. Now we're going to move on to round 8. Now rounds 8 and 9 are the same. So they're pretty easy. You basically are just working chain 5 and then single crochet into the next loop. So the best way, I want you to first of all slip stitch into the first loop, and then it's chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just single crochet into the next loop. And you're just going to do that basically for the next 2 rounds. So chain 5 and then single crochet into that next loop. So that's round 8 and 9. I want you to just go around once, and then to join you're going to do chain 2 and then you're going to DC double crochet into the first loop. Now the reason you do that is so you finish the loop in the middle. I'll show you that in a minute. So now I'm just going to finish row 8. See you in a minute. So now I'm at the end of row 8, and to finish off the round, the reason we do this is so you can see in all the other loops you're doing the single crochet in the middle. So it's just so you can't tell where the round finishes and begins, which is why we do need the stitch marker. So what we're going to do is just do 2 chains. So this is right at the end. You can see, thank goodness for the stitch marker showing me I'm at the end of the round. Chain 2 and then double crochet into the first loop. Now the reason we do that, you'll see in a sec. Now I'm finishing here in the middle, so you won't be able to really tell the difference. This is when you should move your stitch marker to the start of the next round, and then I'm going to repeat this round the same as round 8. Round 9 is the same. Chain 5, single crochet into the loop. So repeat that. Round 9 is now finished. I have joined it in the way I joined it before with chain 2 and a double crochet. I've moved my stitch marker. So to start round 10, single crochet into the same loop. Now rounds 10, 11 and 12 are all the same. Chain 6, single crochet into the loop, repeat. Chain 6, repeat. So just chaining 6, single crochet for rounds 10, 11 and 12. And then we get to the tricky 2 rounds, 13 and 14. They're the only tricky ones in the whole thing. Otherwise it's pretty straightforward. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into the next loop, single crochet, repeat for 3 more rounds. I will see you at the end of round 12. Right, one more thing about rounds 10 to 12 is to join each round. What you're going to do is slightly different. You're going to do in the last loop, chain 2, and then you're going to use a treble to join. So over twice into the loop, the first loop of the round. Now again, the whole reason you're doing that treble is so you end up in the middle there, and then later on you can't really tell from looking where the round started. Okay, so I've completed round 10 now. I'm going to do rounds 11 and 12. Don't forget, chain 6, single crochet into each loop all the way around, finish the round with chain 2 and a treble, and then I will see you back at the end of round 12, ready to go on to round 13.